How's it going, everyone? We're back with another video. Today we're talking about the 10 worst foods that will wreck your blood pressure. You could be doing fine, doing really good, and you eat some of these and your blood pressure is just a train wreck when you check it. A lot of these are not what you think they are. The very first one I want to cover here, a lot of people don't realize, is processed cheese. There's so many different kinds of cheese. There's literally hundreds of different kinds of cheese. We'll start with the fake cheese, the plastic cheese, as the Italians call it. The little American cheese stuff you buy at Walmart, individually wrapped, little plasticky stuff that barely wants to melt. Then you have different variations of that shredded cheese. Anything pre-packaged, all the big brands are kind of like that. Those have an extreme amount of salt in them. Even stuff like go to Aldi's and buy different cheeses, that stuff's not good for you. That's not real cheese. And you can tell by the taste of it. If you ever had real cheese, it's a whole different ballgame. And so anything with that, this does not include Pecorino Romano, different grades of Parmesan cheese that are from actually Italy, European countries that are not processed. Now, Pecorino Romano, if you never had that, you guys know me, I love Pecorino. That's a life-changing cheese. It's a very hard cheese, kind of like Parmesan, except it actually has flavor. That's made from sheep's milk instead of cow milk. And just a real quick write-up on that. This is an extremely good source of calcium, which is very important for maintaining healthy blood pressure levels. A study found that Pecorino Romano cheese contains 3 to 5 times more CLA than cow's milk cheese. Anti-inflammatory properties. Pecorino Romano cheese may have anti-inflammatory properties. Another good one is Grana, Grana, Padano. This is another type of cheese you see a lot used in Italy. Same way. Found people with high blood pressure who ate 1 ounce of Grana cheese daily for 2 months improved their blood pressure. Now, this is salty cheese. We talked about in a few videos ago, good salt and bad salt. How's the salt put in there? What kind of salt is it? What other vitamins and minerals are in with the salt? That has a huge difference. We just got our brand new thing of Celtic salt. Link in the description for this. Also links up for my blood pressure cuff and the fish oil to annihilate your blood pressure and get it back to normal. Very select, reduced fat, Swiss, mozzarella, and ricotta. This will not be stuff you buy at a big box store. It will not. Will not. Let's move on from the cheese. Salted nuts. A lot of people will get nuts. They think, okay, nuts are healthy. 99% of them are salted. Even the ones with honey on them, any of that kind of stuff is salted. You would have to get a raw unsalted nut, which does not taste good, by the way, unless you put it with something else or you're cooking with it. A lot of people just go to eat nuts. They think you're doing something good. They are absolutely not good for you in any way. You cannot always trust the labels on the back of the products at the store. They will lie to you. You cannot put a label, this contains 1,000 milligrams of salt. That is not exactly true for everything. There's a wide variance per package. That's just like a general basis of what it could have. It could have way more or way less. Probably has way more. Fast food. Man. A few videos ago I said, if you're going to eat fast food, eat Chick-fil-A. It's not good for you at all. It is probably a fair amount better than most other places. Take the for what you will. Obviously, it's still fast food. It's not good for you. Is it better than McDonald's for you or Burger King? Yes. That stuff, the amount of salt that's in that stuff, just the fries. Let's exclude any kind of chicken or hamburger. Just the fries has enough salt to kill a horse on it. That is a rude amount of salt. That is the wrong kind of salt. That is iodized salt used in all that food. That you could buy a pound of it for a couple bucks. That is not sea salt. That is not Celtic salt. There is no high grade, no magnesium in it. that is basically stripped of everything and bleached. That is not what you want. A lot of times good salt can lower your blood pressure. Bad salt can wreck it. Salad dressing with EDTA. EDTA, I need to make a whole video on this, is a poisonous preservative the United States still uses in everything. This includes any kind of condiment, any kind of salad dressing, anything in a squeeze bottle. That preservative allows it to sit on the shelf, not be refrigerated, and stay good. Right? I believe mayo even has that in there. You have to look it up. I'm not going to make any accusations, but it probably does. That will give you stomach issues. That will raise your blood pressure. That'll cause enormous issues in every way with you. A lot of people don't realize if you have a favorite sauce, including Chick-fil-A sauce, look at the back of the bottle. It'll say right towards the top in ingredients, EDTA, right? Watch out for that. Potato chips of any kind. Or you're gonna go buy a healthy potato chip. It might say it's healthy. If it was healthy for you, it would taste like total garbage. I don't love potato chips. I love Doritos. Those barbecue Doritos, the new ones, I like those. I don't buy those no more. Because you eat those, you just feel like garbage. You just feel like crap. Just got tired of it. I also stopped the stevia. I was drinking the stevia sodas and the green Cokes and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff. It does not make me feel good. It does not. It stopped all that. It also makes you hungry. Any kind of diet sweetener at all makes you hungry. I'm sorry, it makes you hungry. Aspartame, every gum has that in there. A lot of the US diet sodas have that in there. That'll make you not sleep at night. That'll make you feel panicked. You won't notice it at first. It'll sneak up on you. That'll raise your blood pressure through the roof and make you not sleep, which will also raise your blood pressure, right? TV dinners. And I put a side note, talk about garlic next to the TV dinner one. It's been years since I had a TV dinner. That stuff is packed full of salt. Everything's fake. Everything's like powdered cheese and the TV dinner macaroni and cheese, anything like that. They went through a phase, it's probably been 5-6 years ago, where they started putting garlic on everything. It probably maybe still in that phase, I don't know. And garlic is like a cover up, the cheapest spice of them all, to give it some kind of flavor. Not a flavor I like. A lot of you guys love garlic, I'm not saying that. But that also covers up the salt taste. Garlic is a very strong and pungent flavor. I call that the cover-up spice. Covers up what you're really eating. It could taste like garbage. You put enough garlic on it and you like garlic, you'll like it, right? Right? Fancy restaurants are guilty of that also. We're going to go to eat at one this past weekend. On the menu, everything had garlic behind it after the main dish. I said, I don't think I'll be liking that one. If I want a steak, I do sure as hell do not want garlic on it. I want to taste the steak for what it is. Any food I eat, I want to be able to taste that food. I don't want something covering up the taste of it. That's like cooking a steak and taking ketchup and covering the whole thing in ketchup, to me. And some of you agree, some of you won't. There'll be a nice fight in the comments, so have at it. So, pickled foods. I'm not talking about if you're making pickled eggs at home. I'm not talking about that. Or you control the salt. You control everything. I'm talking about pre-pickled. We have a farm store close to us. You can buy pickled pig's feet and leprechaun ass or whatever the hell it is. All kinds of crap in all these little pickle jars, right? They're dyed red. And, that ugly red dye that gives you cancer. All of it has that in it. Pickled eggs, those pre-pickled items, whether it's pickles or eggs or pig's feet or I don't know what else. And all that stuff is packed full of salt. And, the stuff they use in there will also wreck your stomach. If you like pickled eggs, do yourself a huge favor, make some yourself. It's not that hard. I understand you got to pill some eggs yourself. You can look up how to do that easily. It's worth doing that. We do that here. you can basically essentially just put a pinch of salt in the whole big giant jar of it. And that's all the salt you have, right? You control your vinegars, you control your spices, and all that stuff. Let me see here. Bread and different kinds of flours. A lot of people do not know this, that bleached white American flour can be a very poisonous thing to your diet. As far as blood pressure, as far as diabetes, as far as many, many, many things. A lot of you diabetics watching this channel know this already. That can raise your blood pressure too. It gets hard, it gets difficult. What are you supposed to eat? Fruits and vegetables, but then they're all sprayed with all kinds of pesticides and herbicides. So, let's see, grow stuff at home. Like we have a greenhouse. We're eating stuff out of the greenhouse right now. We have a worm problem on our tomato plants in the greenhouse from the soil I bought from Lowe's. So trying to find the neem oil, all this other stuff, trying to spray anything poisonous on any of our food. That is very difficult, right? If you live in some area where bugs are not a problem, good for you. Missouri is not that. Bugs are a problem every month out of the year except for the extreme wintertime. What we do here, I buy a nice double ground Italian flour for making pizzas, and we make stuff out of that. If you bake a cake, you still have to use the regular white flour, right? Gold medal, or what the hell was it? Pillsbury, whatever makes all that stuff. Then you have all the sub brands of those. There's not an easy way to get around that. You can buy unprocessed cane sugar. I'm sure you could buy unprocessed flour. It's not going to be white. Is it going to be better for you? I don't know. You're using corn and grains that are sprayed with essentially Roundup. And we know where that goes. So I don't know. We have not solved that yet. Processed or canned soups. This is not for soup you make at home or fresh soups you eat out somewhere that's actually done right. This is for stuff in a can, where soup has to stay good in a can on a shelf, not being refrigerated. Anything that's not refrigerated, that is expirable, has to have a lot of preservatives and a lot of salt to make that work out. This includes your Panera Bread type deal. Here we have St. Louis Bread Company. All those soups, those pre-bagged soups they pour in a crock pot and heat up, that's the same thing as open a can. It's horrible for you, absolutely horrible for you. And, we've been trying here to make homemade fresh stuff as much as we possibly can. It's very expensive to do that, extremely expensive, and it takes a lot of time. But we're doing it as much as we possibly can. The next one, a lot of people don't realize, tomato juice in a jar or in a can. Now, this is not for the Italian passatas you get, the really expensive stuff, the really nice stuff with no added salt. This is for V8 juice. This is for your cheap canned tomato juice and jarred tomato juices. This also does not exclude your red pasta sauces. Any pasta sauces you buy, you're back to your EDTA and you're back to your extreme amount of salt and that stuff. There's so much here. What I call lunch meat or any processed meats. My first brush of blood pressure was in 2018, as I told you guys in many videos. I have to say it all the time because there's thousands of new subscribers jumping on this channel to watch these videos, and I do appreciate that. My first brush in with blood pressure was 2018 after I believe what was going a little bit hard on some summer sausage. By eating a little too much summer sausage, spiked it up. The amount of salt in there is just like radical. And you have to watch out, because if you make venison sausage or elk sausage or bear sausage or goat sausage or possum sausage, whatever you're making, you have to buy the cure for the sausage. It's just full of salt and full of preservatives. That's what keeps it good, right? I'm sure there's workarounds for that, but I don't know. I'm not a sausage specialist by any means. Anything you buy in the store at the deli counter is going to be full of salt. That's stuff that has to sit on the shelf for a long time in a cooler or out of the cooler, depends on what you're buying, and has to stay good for resale months or years later, right? So that nice sliced turkey at your deli counter, it's killing you, right? Let me see here. Frozen pizzas, I touched on that already. A frozen pizza is anywhere from $5 to $7. Some really bad frozen pizzas are a couple bucks a piece. You could buy a whole big ass thing of pizza flour that's ground just for that for $7. How many pieces can you make from a $7 pouch of pizza flour? 15 to 20. You have to put your toppings on it, whatever you want. Then you have something, right? Then you have something you could actually eat and it's not going to kill you. Is it healthy for you? I don't know about healthy. Is it better than a frozen pizza or a Domino's pizza or a Pizza Hut pizza? Yes. If you do that and you make your own pizzas and then you try to eat one out somewhere, you're like, what in the hell is this nonsense? It tastes like a shoe, like you're chewing on a shoe. It has no flavor. And it's bizarre how that works. Let me see here. Alcohol. A lot of people ask me about this. Alcohol. Or let's stack another one on top of it. Smoking weed. Alcohol first. If you drink alcohol, it could lower your blood pressure as you're drinking it. The next day, your blood pressure will be spiked up. That's a common thing. Everybody knows that. Same with smoking weed. My buddy's cousin's uncle's nephew has high blood pressure and he smokes weed and it goes away. Okay, well, that's basically a sedative. So as he's doing that, it will go away or will go down until that wears off later on that day or the next day, and it'll go up higher than it was before. That is not a fix for anything. That's what we call a shitty Band-Aid, to be frank. Either one of those things. I think that's going to help you do that. You have to not only clean up your diet, you have to know what to eat. When you go to the doctor and say, clean up your diet, that's not exactly true, as we found out. You do need some degree of salt to maintain a healthy blood pressure. You need the right salt. You need the right kind of salt and the right minerals and the right things. Again, if you have high blood pressure and you want to go off the medicine, I'll put a link in the description for the krill oil, the fish oil I've been taking. That will fix your situation immediately. However, do not stop taking your blood pressure meds unless you know damn well the fish oil is working. If you stop your meds all at once, you will fall over dead, I promise you. Do not do that. Whatever you're taking, if the fish oil is helping, there's a sequence to get off your blood pressure meds. You have to look up what you're taking on Google. You have to follow the sequence. Most of those take a couple weeks to get off of. Do not stop that. We've helped a lot of people on this channel. The last thing I want to hear is somebody's died because of one of these videos. I am not a medical doctor. So I have to say this for YouTube's purpose. This is for entertainment only, even though this is my personal experiences of all these videos and combined from websites like Mayo Clinic and things like that. People that actually paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do research. This is not just some wild opinion of mine. I'm genuinely trying to help you all out, and I'm trying to do some good deeds here. I love the comments. A lot of you guys and girls have nothing but positive in the comments. I love that. You're always going to have negative people in the comments. That's how you know we're doing good. If nobody's trolling the comments, then you know this is not working out. I love doing these videos. Hopefully this video helps all you out. Let me know in the comments what you think of the video so far. Stay tuned. We're trying to do one every day, every weekday of the week, every day. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.